Alright, I'm here to show you a few of my secrets as a Valkyrie main. I'm going to show you a few good spots and a few things you could do with your cameras. We'll start off with the second floor. Now, what I usually do is... Oh, sorry, wrong room. I go to say A. This is going to cost you a bit of your deagle rounds, but it's going to help, so it's worth it. I usually barricade this wall unless somebody doesn't already get it before I do. And then I use my deagle to damage the corner of the wall. Now you see how you can see into the other side of the room? Throw one of your cams right there. Let me show you.
10 seconds left.
Now, you see? You can see into the site as well as into the spiral stairs. So you actually, if that camera does get destroyed, you can still have a camera into that room. You can damage a bit more of the wall to have more visibility if you want, but it's mostly just to see into that room. You can do the same over here, but it's a bit trickier because this wall is hard to damage, so it's a lot harder to hit. I try to do as much damage as I can and just throw a cam in there. See, it's not great, but you can still kind of see into site A if you need to, but you can still have like a full view of B. And then my last one, I usually put into the conference room. I put it on the speaker. Cause see, when it's the blue light's off, you can, it kind of blends in a little bit. It's difficult to see. What I do is like try to use black surfaces to try and blend it in with the environment a little bit, so it makes it harder for people to see. What you could also do with your last one is like, I can't really pick it up now, but you could open up this window over here and throw it out to jewelry front. Since people do repel on these windows, so you can like toss it out. Try to actually, what you probably could throw it like on this little thing here, because it'll stick to it obviously, but you want to try and throw it around here maybe, or like I said, onto this, so you can see people repelling outside. She could probably throw it that far as well, so you can get people outside, but you just gotta worry about people shooting it and whatnot, so there's that option right there. I've seen Valkyries as well when they're in, let me see, I'll show you. When they're in this room right here, they're defending these two sites. Usually Valkyries will have a camera in this room. Some people try to throw it over here, but you're probably better off like throwing it somewhere up here so that you can see the room better. Maybe even like up to the roof here, because sometimes you get people rappelling on these windows here, so you want to be able to see that better. I have another room I can show you as well. When you're defending basement lockers, I try to throw one around this area somewhere. Try not to throw it underneath here because you won't be able to see the room, just because of this part of the ceiling, it blocks it off.
Down to 15 seconds.
Then I also put one right underneath here for this room, and I usually throw one on the ceiling of garage as well, because people do come in from garage, so having a camera there is really helpful to identify those people when they come in through there. Those are the few camera locations I can recommend on bank, just depending on which room you're in, of course. Let me see. Staff and open area. I don't usually use Valkyrie in either of these rooms. I'm just recommending some good cams I've seen, or ones I usually do. Like, I do them for this one and this room. I'll show you real quick what I was talking about. Well, the ones I specifically use for this room.
Secure the bomb.
I throw one like right under here in the corner. There, see? And then I throw one usually in this room, like You probably could put it here, right here near the doorway. That way you should have a view of the door as well as the... Oh, actually you can't see from there. Hang on. That's what I'm... See how I was saying? Like, you can't see because of the stupid panel on the ceiling. It blocks your view, which is very annoying. So probably like right in this corner will be better. There. That way you can see the door and the window. I mean, they can still shoot it from the window, but at least you have a good view of sight, just in case. And then my last one, I would throw, like, here really quickly. Because people are gonna... Usually by the time I'm placing it, it's already prep phase is done. They're gonna start rushing in, but see how you can see the garage door. So you can see people hiding in here. They're coming in from spawn. It's a really helpful camera for your team. But it's probably gonna get shot, like, right at the beginning of the match. A lot of times Valkyries will just not even put bomb. This kind of triggers me a little bit. A lot of the times you get Valkyries that they'll just put their cameras around the building. They won't put any on the bomb sites. And if you don't have a camera on bomb site, when they do plant, if that inevitably happens, you won't know where it is. So if you've got a camera on site, you can spot the diffuser, right? Hi baby, I know. It'll make it easier for the defenders to find the location of the diffuser and figure out where the attackers are possibly hiding. So, as a Valkyrie main, when I see people not putting their cameras on site, it kind of triggers me a little bit. Right now, unfortunately, this map is not available in casual. They will be rotating it back in during the middle of the season, but I just wanted to show you a few cam spots on here that I usually use. I don't really like in this room. I have some decent spots here. I have a few downstairs I kind of use. It's not great, but they do come in pretty handy sometimes.
Secure the bomb.
Okay, for this one, oh, pardon me. I usually put one like right here so you can see this hallway down here. So if they're coming from this way, you don't want to put it too close to the area because you don't want them to shoot it as well. And let's see. Just watch out for this one because people will impact this wall and they might accidentally break it. I usually put it in this corner of the room. You have a good view of the room. And then my last one, I usually put it right here because when I place my third cam, I always try to put it in an area where I know there's going to be high traffic, so you're going to actually make it useful for your team, right? It's very likely going to get shot right at the beginning, but it's usually helpful. I also place, when we're in basement, like the first floor down here, I usually place one right here because this is another high traffic area, so you're going to get people coming from this way, so you're going to want to have a camera there. Then I usually place one right here, so you have view of this door and this staircase. It's not a great cam, but it can be helpful because this one right here only has a very limited view. It can't even see these stairs or anything right here, so I put one right in this area so that you can see the door and the staircase. And then I also usually try to place one so that I can see down this corridor, like usually somewhere right around here somewhere. So you can see down this corridor here. But you also want to be able to see in this corner of the room in case they do plant. That's about it I can see for this map. I can show you a few maybe helpful spots for like front of the plane, meeting room and whatnot. But I don't usually pick Valkyrie for the front of the plane. I usually pick, say, like Rook or somebody else with impact because I like to do a strategy with that, which I can actually kind of try to explain to you. I can use her nitro shell to show you. What I do when we're in this room is I'll cover this wall right here, and then I'll usually have an operator with an impact. I'll blow this wall. And then I'll sit like right here. I'll have an angle on this door because people, I mean, obviously that's a spawn point they're going to come from, right? They're usually going to come from here. So I use that angle to defend that. And usually I have a camera in that corner. And I mean, you can use this corner or even this corner. It doesn't matter too much where you place your other cam in this room. That's why. And then probably like hide your camera around here in the dining hall. That way you can see down here as well as in this room if anyone's hiding or they're trying to like break that wall open. Be a decent spot for it. And that's pretty much it for presidential plane.